Good morning, everyone. How are you doing? This is Amanda. I hope that you're well. Today is September the 15th. It's Thursday. This is a continuation of the messages that I'm receiving from Spirit. And if you've watched my last couple of videos linked into the death of Queen Elizabeth, you know that what I'm trying to do is help us see through multidimensional lenses some of the higher perspectives in terms of what we can pull out in terms of teaching, learning, helping you understand the energies at play, whatever you think about her. There is a teaching moment here for our world. And indeed, there are events that have happened in the past. There are events to come in the future that are monumental in our world, where we effectively turn a page, or we say goodbye, or we welcome something in. You can watch this series of videos that I'm doing, all of which are up on YouTube, in any order that you wish to. These are just my thoughts as they come to me, and to help you walk through this journey that you can do at any time, whether it's this week, whether it's in a year. What I'm going to be pulling out is important teaching that you can bring in to other areas of your life, other things that happen in our world. Okay, so these are my thoughts today. The first thing that Archangel Metatron showed me today was those of us that wear glasses or contact lenses, or who have had laser eye surgery, or indeed probably any human on the planet who has a degree of healthcare behind them, will have had an eye test at some point in their life. The eye test tests for the overall health of your eyes. It tests the lens, the retina, your short-term vision, your long-term vision, your peripheral vision, what you can see that is just slightly out of, the direct line of vision. Those of us that end up wearing glasses, there is something that they put onto your face, which looks like basically a glasses frame, and then they slot into the glasses frame different lenses. And it will be a case of, does your vision feel better with this? Is it worse with that? Etc. Trying to get you to a place of the best possible vision that you can have at any one time. Metatron's giving that as an analogy for where we are in the world at the moment, i.e. that we're all basically in the optician's chair. We all have different qualities of eyesight. And ironically, sometimes the people that are, he's saying to me, that are actually blind, have a better developed sense of discernment and being able to suss out energies, whether that be hot, cold, danger, etc., than people who've got perfect vision. Because sometimes when you have perfect vision, you forget to use your other senses. What is my heart saying to me? What is my stomach saying to me? What can I smell? What can I taste? What can I physically touch as evidence, as proof? A multidimensional soul, which is you and me, is made up of many different senses. And to come to a decision on anything, we have to use all of them. But the conclusion that you come to might not be the same conclusion as the person next to you. And that will always be the case. It doesn't mean that you're right and they're wrong. It just means that you have a different way of experiencing this world, sensing this world. You might be able to see differently. That doesn't mean better. It just means differently. So Metatron is saying this recent event, which is a big event in the world, the death of Queen Elizabeth, because it represents an archetypal energy, that of king and queen in our world. And as I explained yesterday, it's also about us stepping more into our own individual sovereignty. Yesterday, knock on the door here, the company that have been putting up the solar panels were leaving on my house. And they said to me, right, you're running on solar now. And I thought, my God, the significance of that is so extraordinary. In this week where we are all being asked to step more into the archetype of king and queen in our own world. That doesn't mean that you have to dismiss others' need for a physical or a visual representation of what a king or queen may look like in our world. They may be looking through a particular lens, which is not any more cloudy or wrong than yours. But all of us are being asked to step more into our queendom, our kingdom. So you're running on full solar power were the words that I heard yesterday. The solar energy, the solar plexus. It's where our power and our wisdom and our connection to divine light resides. So I thought that was interesting, very interesting. I will also give a shout out to somebody that I haven't done any work with. He did approach me last year to do an interview, and I have been very busy, as you know, so I might very well accept his invitation at some point. His name's Stuart Wilde. Some of you might follow him anyway. I know he's channeled Princess Diana like I have. His video that he put up, I think yesterday on the 14th, about the archetypes of the archetype of queendom and sovereignty is very beautiful and very well worth watching. So I recommend you go and have a look at that. Please go with love to his site though, because he doesn't accept any negativity or vitriol or attack any more than I do. I'm sure he's somebody who's very able to stand in his own kingdom in the same way that I'm able to stand in my own queendom. What we will put up with, what we will not. Nobody has to be here. In fact, it struck me again over the last 24 hours that our prejudice and our dislike of something, maybe the Queen, can really block our healing at this time, because there are some extraordinary opportunities to step into a higher vision of who you are. Yesterday I talked about the fact that I felt there was an initiation at play, and it was also linked into us being healers and being able to step more into unconditional love and the energy of non-judgment, which is why I don't want judgment brought to my pages about the subject matter that I'm talking about here, because I believe that when we are able to climb the ladder, we see past judgment and we just see the lessons, we see the opportunities, we see what a particular soul contract was about, and we learn from it, we move on from it, we grow from it. Again, those of you that follow me regularly know that I posted up a photograph on my other social media a couple of days ago when they were about to put these solar panels up on my roof. And I've got an orange ladder, 3 stories high, and it's literally, I can see it still, it's outside the Velux window in my loft. It's just the last couple of rungs of the orange ladder is what I can see when I look out of my top window. Again, the significance of that is extraordinary, because orange is a colour. Those of you that have worked with me and my work with Archangel Metatron know it's the colour of his attunement energy. It's being attuned to a higher level, but you have to be able to see beyond some of the lower energies of judgment and blame, which are not of love. That is not to whitewash anything. It's just to be able to see a higher context of why things happen. Why anything happens. I'm going to just show a couple of cards that I've already pulled off camera, but also a couple of other reflections. So yeah, the optician's goggles, the fact that we've all got different lenses, we're all seeing things slightly differently. And it's a bit like a kaleidoscope, what Metatron is saying to me. It's a kaleidoscope. Life is like a kaleidoscope. You know, the old-fashioned kaleidoscope, you move it, and then the picture changes again, and there are different colours, and there's different refractions. Any big event in our world is an opportunity to look through a different lens. And I would include into that the most controversial figures of our age. The energy of somebody like Donald Trump, whether you like him, whether you don't like him. Again, it's very much linked into the kaleidoscope, the way that you are looking at life. I also think, as well as stepping into sovereignty and queendom or kingdom, and that's very much a balancing also of the divine masculine and feminine within ourselves as well. One of you was also saying yesterday, one of your comments, and I thought it was a very astute observation, was with the passing of the Queen, who's ruled for 70 years, we now have the energy of a king coming in. In fact, there will be two kings in quite quick succession, Charles, and then it will be William, sooner than people think, as I keep saying. But it's the energy of the king. So it's the rise of the divine masculine energy. Again, those that are stuck in the energy of blame and judgment will just want to throw rotten tomatoes at Charles or William and like abolish the monarchy. I mean, that's maybe another conversation for another day, but you're missing the point. They are there as the most extraordinary examples. They're archetypal energies. And so we can look at that and we can take from that, and we can look within ourselves. Because anybody that's on the world stage, and how many times have I said this? Anybody that's on the world stage is only there because they represent an aspect of us. So if you believe the Queen is dark and evil, it's interesting because that's actually, there's something within you that's holding that energy still, to be able to see it in another. If you see her as good and pure, there's an energy of that within you. Now, really, you should be able to see in anybody a mixture of light and shadow, whoever they are, because we all are a mixture of light and shadow. But the lens through which you look at somebody and you say, but you are this, or you are that, that very much is about what's within you. And I know that's a very tough message to hear. But actually, when we look at some of the people in our world, I'm not talking about the Queen here, I'm just talking about other people, some of the real baddies in our world. What you might not like is the fact that there will also be light within them. There is also some good deeds that they've probably done. We're all multidimensional, but yet we wish to label people because it's about the lens through which we're looking at life. Okay, enough on that one now. Next point that I wanted to bring through today was the aspect of tribe. This links into the first video I did where I had a little cry on camera and I was asking Metatron to show me the classroom. Well, he said he would show me the classroom where I will teach. Now, I feel it's still a little bit of a way off, but I know it's coming. I'm feeling much more settled in myself now, and I'm trusting the process. I'm trusting my own evolution and the next rung on the ladder, even if my legs are a little bit wobbly climbing up to it. But a thing that has really not left me, and I'm feeling even more strongly as the days pass by, and this has very much been highlighted by the death of the Queen, but it's been something within me that I felt for a long, long time, is that who is my tribe? And I think many of you are questioning this as well. Who is my tribe? And that's something that's just hanging in the air at the moment, because I think some of the people that maybe I've been associated with, or it's been perceived that I've been associated with, I don't believe they are my tribe. It's shown me that they're not my tribe. There's an interesting thing on YouTube if you're a creator, and there's some feature in the back end of it all where it shows you your subscribers, who else they're watching, you know, the main channels that they're watching. And a lot of those channels are people that I really respect and love, you know. What's he called? I've gone blank. Lee Harris is one. Lots of you watch Lee Harris as an example. Bracker Goldsmith. I can't remember the others. Feel Good would be one probably. But there was one that was the #1 other channel, and they no longer exist on YouTube. And when I saw it, I was really shocked. I was really shocked. And that sounds judgmental, but I'm just going to have a human moment and talk to you, because it's almost like they are the antithesis of what I try and do. And I remember speaking to Metatron about it, and I was like, but I don't get it. It's like, that is not who I am. And it's like, yeah, but you're fulfilling a role by being the polar opposite to that energy. But then we come back to, yeah, but who is my tribe? Who is my tribe? And I just feel at the moment that a lot of the people out there, I'm just not resonating with. I don't want to listen to. And that's not wrong. It's just where I'm at. So there's actually, in the last couple of days, I'll try and link him below. I think that day when I had the cry, straight after I did that, there was a recommendation that came up on YouTube. And it's some guy who has a more Eastern flavoured philosophy and energy. And I really resonated with him straight away. And it was really the energy of unconditional love that was coming through. And I looked at him, I thought, yeah, that's my tribe. That's the type of energy. So I really feel at the moment we're all sifting through in terms of who is my tribe. And if I'm not for you, that's fine. You're welcome to leave. No one's keeping you here. Thank you for being here for however long you've been. 1 video, 1 minute, 10 years. So I have been here for 10 years, actually. I've been here for quite a while. Anyway, so who is my tribe is also coming up. I'll show you these cards that came through today. They're from the Starseed Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. I particularly like this one. It says empathic starseed, which is what I am. It's what you are. It says energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. There's a lot of that out there at the moment. We're absorbing stuff that isn't ours. We can only ever follow our own path. We can only ever follow our own heart. It doesn't matter what other people think about you. It doesn't matter what other people think you know or don't know. They don't know you. There's a lot of splintering of the mirror at the moment, a lot of shards of glass. And it's as though people can't actually see clearly at the moment. But they will. Remember, we're in the optician's chair and you're being asked to see what you're meant to see at this moment in time. You're meant to be focusing on what you're meant to be focusing on at this moment in time. And then not judging what the next person's looking at or focusing on. So yeah, we have empathic starseed, energetic sovereignty, stepping into that. Are you sovereign? But also what other people are, is none of your business, or what they think of you is none of your business. I will just say this about tribe as well. This is a really important point I want to make. Watching the news this morning while I was having my breakfast, I think there's 3 miles of queues at the moment as I make this video, queuing to go past the coffin. They've been queuing through the night. They've been going past through the night. They're queuing for something like 6 to 8 hours. The broadcast is just interviewing people in the queue. They're all ages. All nationalities, a real complete kaleidoscope of society, in all of its differences. And there is just this beautiful energy of love, of community, of coming together, of unifying behind something, bringing people together. So many people in the crowd talking very eloquently about it's triggering their grief. Like I said yesterday, it's triggering their grief, their unresolved grief. There were 2 beautiful ladies who were interviewed this morning who travelled up from Southport, I think it was, in Liverpool, and they had their husband's ashes with them, just in a very small little pot, not a great big urn, just a little pot. And they said, well, we carry them everywhere with us because we were married for however many years, and he loved the Queen as well. And you might laugh at that. I actually thought it was the most beautiful moment, because and what I'm actually witnessing is humanity at its best. But yet there are parts of our spiritual community at the moment who are labeling all of those people unawakened sheep. Okay, unawakened sheep, you don't know what we know. And I don't want to be any part of that crap. That's not my tribe. Anybody that's doing that, that is not my tribe. I don't want to be part of that. I never have been part of that. So my tribe are the people there queuing. And no, that doesn't mean that I'm on the side of the Queen. It just means I'm on the side of the public. I'm on the side of where people are at, where the collective moment is. And right now, that collective moment in London is beautiful. It's heart-opening. It's just people coming together. It's love. It's love in action. It's a cue of love in action. It's a cue of healing in action. You know, for people that can't get there because they can't get past the lens that they're looking at, which is just like, well, we hate the Queen. We hate what she stood for. They're all just idiots for standing there for 8 hours in the rain. You're missing so much. You're missing so much. Because those people are not idiots. They're not sheep. It means something to them. It means something to them. So, you know, who is my tribe? Absolutely. My tribe is out there with the people who are just experiencing this at the moment. That's how I feel anyway. And then this card comes up, and this is the card of being homesick. And when we see the nastiness in our communities right now, and the labelling and the name calling and the manipulation, the people that are putting certain words in their titles because they know they'll hook you in if they do that, but then talk love, that's manipulation. Longing for home. Many of us are just homesick for the stars. It's like, get me out of here. Phil Good, he wasn't talking about the Queen, but he was talking about something else yesterday. He said something along the lines of, I can't quote him. It was something along the lines of he's like fed up with humanity at the moment. And I was just like, yeah, I totally feel that. In terms of the shadow of humanity, I'm fed up with the shadow of humanity, you know. But actually the light of humanity, the love of humanity, the coming together of humanity, the friendship, the kinship is beautiful. I'm not fed up of that. But yet we're not allowed to witness that. We're not allowed to talk about that. Because you'll be put into a box of unawake, don't you know? It's so wrong. It's so wrong. We have to be able to see things from a multidimensional perspective. And then this is the last card, and I better leave it there after this because I need to go for my walk and meet my friend. I often pull this card. I suspect many of you are going to resonate with it too. It just says, trust the timing. It says, trust the wave that you came in on. Time is not running out. So we might feel like this little, small, insignificant, so funny, sorry. I've just had a message flash up on my phone to say that my contact lenses are ready for collection. Love it. I love how Metatron works. Was that an upgrade as well? I think they might have tweaked them, I think. That's it. Yeah, I love it. 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 I love spirit. I love this work, and I love being in the flow. And no one's going to cut me off when I'm in the flow. Okay, so you're just going to trust the wave that you came in on. You might feel like no one's listening. I'm just here on my own. And this is particularly the spiritual community at the moment. Everyone else is just wanting to hate on each other. And, you know, it started with the pandemic energy as well. I never called anybody a sheep through that whole experience. I never judged you. I just said what I believed and what I was doing. But, you know, I was always open to, you know, anybody who took either decision without getting into all of that. But, you know, a lot of the spiritual community just went into polarity. There's not many people in the middle there. Not many people walking that middle path. There are some, of course, not many. But, you know, trust the wave that you came in on, because there's going to be more joining us soon. So make room around that middle point. There's going to be more that start to see things from a higher perspective, from a multidimensional perspective, seeing past their hate, seeing past their prejudice, whether it's about the Queen, whether it's about Trump, whether it's about anything, being able to see the higher perspectives on everything. Everything is a teacher. Everyone is a teacher. The big things that happen in our world, they're always they're always a textbook is what Metatron's saying. It's always just another textbook that's given to you. Okay, what are you going to do with this? How are you going to react to that person? How are you going to react to this situation? Are you going to be able to come back to love? Are you going to be able to come back to compassion? Are you going to be able to listen? All of that type of stuff. All right. Okay, let's just pull one final card and then I really must go. As I say, I'm going out for a walk to the sea, which will be lovely. Anything else to say today, please? Thank you. Thank you for being here with me at this time. When I said thank you for being there with me this time, you are not alone. It's MJ again. Michael Jackson. Love him. Okay, so I quoted Man in the Mirror yesterday on my video, or I linked it below, because absolutely this is a man in the mirror moment. Look in the mirror. Look at yourself before you throw the first stone at anybody else, including the ones at the top. I know how much some people want to throw the sticks and the stones, but they're only there because they represent our unhealed wounding, our shadow, our darkness, because this is a planet of duality. Once we step into unity, they won't be needed anymore. But anyway, at the moment, we've got You Are Not Alone. And it's also to do with you need the connection. You need community. You also need the community with being linked up to that solar power, the divine, friendship, community. It's really important at the moment. Okay. Lots of love, everybody. Love that. I might go and listen to a bit of Michael now before I go for my walk. Take care. See you soon. Bye for now. Thank you for your support as well. Please like and share the video. It gets it out there to other people. Bye-bye for now. Bye.